Hi! Healthy eating is essential for your child's good health, growth, and development. Healthy eating in childhood means they will have less chance of developing chronic diseases like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and some cancers. It will also mean they feel better and enjoy life more. Who doesn't want that for his child? Now, fresh produce provide vitamins, minerals, fibers, and nutrients that are essential in keeping your child's health healthy. It is recommended that children consume 5 or more servings per day. Therefore, most of your child's plate should be covered with colorful fruits and veggies. The more varieties of color and nutrients you add to your meal, the better. Today we'll be looking and learning more on the easy homemade meals for your toddler, which is easy and less time consuming. Welcome to Lunch Global. Today I am Chunk Annamel Joseph, and of course it's a moment for us to learn every day. Well, we'll be right back after this short break. We all, children included, should be eating 2 portions of fish a week, one of which should be oily. The recipe contains sardine, which contains an omega-3 fatty acids, and that is what we need literally all the time. As an adult, you need to keep yourself healthy, full of vitamins and minerals, and trust me, your child and your children inclusive. So today we'll start with sardine on a toast. Sardines, we know what sardine is, we know how it is to toast, and then we recommend the best food that is packed with nutrients, minerals, vitamins, and all you can ever imagine. Now, we all, children included, should be eating 2 portions of fish a week, one of which should be oily. This recipe contains sardine, which contains an abundance of omega-3 fatty acid, which are the good kind of fat. Sardines are also high in calcium as they contain soft bones which can be mashed up. Vitamin D and vitamin B2, not only that, but they are a source of protein and iron. So basically, a bit of a superfood. You can keep tinned sardine in the cupboard until you're ready to use them. This recipe is super simple and super quick, so you can whip it up in no time to feed hungry tummies, and it's super easy. Now, one good thing I like about this sardine on a toast is the fact that you can spread not butter, you can spread avocados, you can even use vegetables to just garnish everything together. But then the whole idea is for you to make sure that the food you're providing or feeding your children or your toddler with is super nutritious, because it helps them as they grow. It helps developing in their IQ development. It also helps them to have strong bones, good eyesight, like literally everything, because this food makes a significant role and it plays a vital role in the growth of your child. Second, we'll be looking at broccoli pesto pasta with either chicken or salmon. In this recipe particularly, I love it a lot. It's one of my favorite flavors. It's usually made up of pine nuts, basil, garlic, olive oil, and Parmesan cheese, making it an excellent source of fat and protein, as well as vitamins such as vitamin A, magnesium, and zinc, mixed with some pasta, which are a great source of slow-release carbohydrate, which will keep your little one fuller for longer, and you have an amazing pasta and sauce combo. Add in some meat or fish for additional protein, and I think chicken or salmon works especially well, alongside some broccoli for added nutrients, and you're on for sure with a lunchtime, like it's going to be like a win-win for you. Not only will this be super delicious, but it is super nutritious too. And then it's good to have food that is delicious and at the same time nutritious. And one thing about kids, you know, they like their food very colorful, stylish. There are lots of pastas that you see, they come in different forms and shape, not the regular one that we all know. You know, when you're making food for your child, make sure that it's super stylish, it's colorful. You can add your tomatoes, add your carrot, broccoli, cucumber. You can even add avocado as a side plate for them. You know, a lot of times children don't really like vegetables like that. So when you're using vegetable, try and use ones that are colorful. You can use cauliflower. Even probably your child doesn't like the color green in their plate, so you can just have to come up with diverse opinions, diverse ingredients. Just try your possible best to be as creative as possible. And trust me, you wouldn't want to enter the next year with this same food recipe like you do all the time. It gets so boring for a child. Even you as an adult, sometimes when you eat the food consistently, the same thing all the time, it gets so boring and it feels like, okay, I'm tired of eating and I don't want to eat anymore. So you have to try your best at all times. Come up with a creative dish, come up with a lot of vegetables for your child, because it helps them enjoy the meal even better. Up next, we'll be looking at fish burger wrap. And like, why would you do fish burger wrap? That is for your child because it's more healthy for you to feed your child with fish than the normal beef, goat's meat. Just use your fish, you can use a salmon, you can use like maybe chicken is healthy, but on this recipe it has to be fish burger wrap. And then it changed the idea of the child, your child eating burger, because they are used to always seeing burger with beef burger, chicken burger. Okay, today you try and make it super different so that your child will be able to enjoy it better. What child doesn't like burgers? And I'm very sure none. This one mixes things up a bit using homemade breadcrumbed fish instead of usual beef burger. You can use any white fish for this, even frozen, which is healthy, high protein food, high in omega-3 fatty acid, which are essential fats that our bodies don't produce on their own. They play an essential role in the brain development and heart health. Instead of the usual burn, this recipe uses a wrap, but realistically, you can use any carbohydrate alternative such as bagels, thins, or pita, and so on and so forth. So the whole idea, you should, you know, I make emphasis on you being creative, because I wouldn't want to be eating the same thing every day. So the earlier I am able to create my own dish, the better for me, because as myself as an adult, you know, I will enjoy it better when I try to make it more stylish, more interesting, more beautiful. For myself, now talk more of a child who doesn't even know how to make their own food. So the earlier they enjoy what they eat, the better for you, because anytime food comes, you know, there's this excitement, there's this joy, there's this happiness, because they know that I am sure going to have a nice meal today. But when the plate is the same and the child knows that, okay, I know that I eat noodles all the time, once you tell the child, come eat, it'll be like, okay, it's noodles or it's pasta or it's rice. But most of the time, let's try and be super creative. They're making, in the mornings, they're making the normal tea and bread. You can make sardine on toast. You can make peanut butter and banana toast. You can make fish burgers. You can make a lot of things, which is not difficult. What does it take you to make fish burger? You know, it doesn't take your time. Just do your vegetable. You have your bread. Just make it more stylish. And that's why you're there, to make sure that that child eats super well. So moving on, we'll be looking at peanut butter and banana toast. I love banana toast because they are super interesting. I love to eat bread and bananas. I love to eat peanuts, butter and bread, and then combining those two, trust me, even you as an adult, you're going to enjoy this recipe and you will even want to eat it almost every morning. This is a perfect lunch if you're stuck for time and just need to throw something together. Peanut butter is an amazing source of nutrients, especially plant-based protein and healthy fats. When you're picking peanut butter, make sure to pick the label and try to buy one with no added sugar or salt. The addition of banana goes towards one of the They are 5 a day, whilst also adding in nutrients such as potassium. So this particular recipe is super easy. What does it take you to just peel out your bananas, slice them in really good shape, and then spread your peanut butter on the bread and put the bananas there. Some people give it like a little bit of toast, while some people toast the bread first to just make it let it have this crunchy taste, and then you spread the peanut butter and then put the banana and enjoy it even better. But then you can always try to create your own recipe. Just because I just toast my bread and then spread my peanut butter and put in my bananas, you don't have to do it that way. And trust me, you can even give it this flavor with some cinnamon powder, with lots of maybe cashew nuts, walnuts, any nuts at all. Just put you make it even more interesting for yourself and your child. And there's one good thing I noticed, when a child sees you eating something, they enjoy it much more better than even the one you give them to eat on their own. So we're going to take this short break just for you to grab a piece of paper, and if you've not done that, trust me, you just have to do it, because your priority is your child's health. So don't go anywhere yet, because we have a lot and lots more to share with you today. So we'll be right back after the short break. Right, you're welcome back from the short break. If you're just joining us today, my name is Chung Anamel Joseph, and this is Lunch Global on Global TV. And of course, if this is your first time of catching up with us on Lunch Global, it is a moment to share interesting recipes, good lunch ideas, breakfast ideas, lots of ideas for you to be able to eat healthy. And trust me, your child or your children are not left out from this, because today our focus is for you to be able to create a healthy meal for breakfast and lunch for your child that is easy, and you can make it in the comfort of your kitchen at home. So moving on, we'll be looking at pizza. Children love pizza a lot. There's no child that doesn't like pizza. Well, I've not seen one yet. Probably there is, but for me, I've not seen one at all. So at all times, you have to encourage your child to make their own lunch with this full pizza and provide one of their 5 a day with veggies toppings, because it's good for your child to be able to learn something as they grow. Even when you're not there, it's a moment for them to know all the recipes, to learn something, so that it will help them to be able to eat healthy. You can get as creative as you like with these toppings. Practice positive food parenting by preparing all your veggies toppings, so then your child can choose whatever one they fancy. This is a reasonable choice. Once prepared, they can be ready in a minute, so your children won't be kept waiting for so long. And there's this thing about children joining you in the kitchen. There's so much joy. I remember there's this video that I watched like a long time ago of this young baby who his mom, I think from the look of things, the mom always cooked, and he's always there to support her in the kitchen. And one day he just decided to tell the mom that, oh, mom, I want to make something for you today. And then he came up and trying to do, very little child, trying to do something in the kitchen. That means he has been following up his mom. Usually they cook together. She teach him how to do 1 or 2 things. And that's the reason why he could have that confidence to say, okay, today it's my day to make the meal. So at all times, you should carry your child along so that they will learn the process of making their food. At least when they have the bread, the pizza bread is there, and then they just make it, they pick the flavors they want. Okay, I want this on it, I want this on it, I want this on it. So it makes it even more interesting, because if the child makes that plan and give you those ideas by himself, trust me, he's not going to miss out on any bite, except if he's so full to a point that he can't eat anymore. And we know how children can be sometimes. Even when they are full, they just want to eat, because it feels like if they don't eat, they are missing out on something. So don't forget to always carry your child along when you're making something, especially when that food is something you really want them to eat, is healthy and is interesting to make. Moving on, we'll be looking at Moroccan spiced couscous. This dish is a great way to introduce new and different flavors to your child. It is an easy one-pot dish, so you can throw everything together and get on with other jobs while it's cooking. If you're anything like me, to-do list will have at least 100 things on it a day, because me, I can easily be carried away with 1 or 2 things. So what helps you is for you have your phone, you can just do a to-do list, put a reminder, okay, what do I make now, what do I make later, and then it helps you, it keeps you on check. This recipe contains chickpeas for a source of protein, alongside veggies and couscous for some carbohydrate, so a great balanced diet. You could even add in some raisins or saltiness to add in sweet twist to this savory dish and an iron boost. And again, we'll be looking at tuna and sweet corn fish cake. Now, I'm very sure somebody is like, okay, what is tuna and sweet corn fish cake? You know, it's just for you to mix everything together, package it. You know, children, they like their dish very stylish and different. That's why when you're feeding your child with maybe custard or any pap, they usually tend to look at your plate, because they feel like your plate is more interesting, it looks more better, it looks more colorful than the normal pap they see every day. So you can make this fish cake from ingredients you probably already have in your store cupboard at home. All you need is some tuna, tin tuna eggs, milk, potatoes, and some bread. This makes a perfect, healthy, balanced recipe for the whole family to enjoy. There's a bit of everything for the essential food group. You have starchy carbohydrate from the potato, a source of dairy from the milk, and a generous portion of protein from the eggs and the tuna, alongside some omega-3 fats from the tuna too. Serve with some broccoli. It can be fresh or frozen for some veggies, so which is high in lots of nutrients, including fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, iron, and potassium. And then last on our list today, for your child to enjoy a better meal, you know, earlier I said make sure that you're styling your dish. You don't have to be doing the same thing every day, because even you as an adult, you find it sometimes difficult to eat the same food every day. Now think about the child. Every day the same meal, every day the same meal. After, you just have to try your best and do a timetable of what to prepare. And then, you know, I had a lot of times where people say, no, this is a foreign food, we don't like this, we prefer swallow, we prefer this. That is not true. What is most important is for your child to eat healthy. It helps you, and it regulates the idea of always rushing the child to the hospital, getting unnecessary fever, or sometimes the child cries and you are even wondering what is wrong. Maybe you end up giving him paracetamol, or you end up giving him probably a medication that will help him sleep, which is ideally not healthy. So this is a veggie bun burger. You know, we talk about the fish burger, and now we're talking about the veggie bun burger. This is super affordable meal that packs with nutrients too. The predominant ingredient in this burger is beans, which are a great source of iron. Not only that, but you can buy the thing of beans really cheaply and keep them in the cupboard until whenever you need them. Mash in some veggies too for extra vitamins. The recipe suggests adding in some tahini, that's sesame seed paste, which I would recommend to you, and as it's a great source of non-dairy calcium for your growing toddler. You could always batch cook and freeze extra for a speedy nutrient lunch or dinner any other time. So this whole recipe is just an idea for you to be able to be very creative, have more ideas, have more meal plan, put it in your to-do list, put it in your timetable. So basically we're going to be taking a recap of those things. You can write them, check and see, okay, which one do I think I should do, and I have time. And they are easily homemade. They don't consume time. Within 30 minutes you can make one, and then keep it when the child is ready to eat. Why not? If not, if you have to do it, then you should be able to commit to do it. So today we're basically talking about the best meal and the most healthy and nutritious meal that your child needs every day. I mean your toddler. So looking at we looked at veggie burger, which is very good. You know, it's vegetables, and then this comes with the beans, vegetable, which is a good source of carbohydrate and nutrient. We looked at tuna and sweet corn fish cake. You know, we talk about Moroccan spice couscous. I love couscous. I love the fact that it's easy to eat and every child will love it. We spoke about pita pizza. No child doesn't like pizza. And remember, I said when you're making, especially this pita pizza, always carry your child along, because it's always interesting to have this mommy and child's moment in the kitchen. It helps them learn, it helps them adapt to so many things. We talked about peanut butter and banana toast, which I said is actually my favorite, because I love to eat bananas and bread. I love to eat peanuts and bread. And merging those together makes it even more interesting. We spoke about fish burger wrap than doing the normal beef burger, chicken burger, whatever burger. You can make it stylish and make a fish burger out of it, and just change the recipe as time goes on. We spoke about broccoli pesto pasta. It can be with either chicken or salmons, because salmon are super healthy, and chicken, why not? Good to go. And always try and be creative. You can get pastas that are really stylish, having good designs. Remember, do you know that there are pastas that are even colorful? You see red, you see yellow, you see different colors. You know, it helps the child even enjoy the food better. And we talk about sardine on a toast. So it's a moment for you to be able to feed your child with healthy and essential food to help them grow healthy, and of course have to develop themselves very good, because healthy eating in a child means they will have less chance of developing chronic disease like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and of course some cancer. So the earlier you take care of this and take charge of the meal your child eats, the better for you. So we're going to put this stop today here because of time, and thank you for joining me like every other time here on Lunch Global. And if today is your first time, trust me, you don't want to miss any of our episodes, because there is a lot and lot for you to learn. And in case you want to share anything with us at all, you can send it on all our social media platforms, and of course we'll be there to respond to you. And in case you try any of our recipe, you can send us a message. Let's know how you feel about it. Thank you for joining me on Lunch Global today. I'm still your host, Chunk, and I'm El Joseph. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.